Back with another Creative Talk podcast. Today I am extremely excited because I'm talking with another fellow creative, but not just a regular creative, someone who, in my opinion, is one of the top dogs in photography in the IE right now. Kyle.
How you doing, brother? So happy to be here. Just
thank you for coming, bro.
Appreciate it. This is my first podcast I've ever done.
Really? Are you nervous at all?
I don't know if I'm nervous. I think it's been a long time coming. I think just trying to just focus on going forward, you know? So just, excited.
Did I get that right? You're in the IE.
So I say I'm from LA, just like a general aspect, you know, business. Like I usually say LA because most people relate to like LA. But I'm from Baldwin Park, grew up in Azusa my whole life. So the closest I've been over here, I lived in Mira Loma not too long ago. And like that was a cool time. But now back in Baldwin Park.
Yeah, Fontana's kind of like in a weird spot, but I like it because it's like right there in LA and then right next to Riverside, you know, but still kind of secluded, quiet enough. The only thing that sucks out here is the wind. It's super annoying. It gets kind of scary. But what do you do exactly?
So not too long ago, and I guess I am now, but like so I grew up 10 years ago.
Go. So yes, 10 years.
Yeah. So I started doing photography 10 years ago, just for fun, just because I liked it. And we kind of had a conversation off camera where we're like, I kind of like the way I look in pictures.
Yeah.
And before that, I was lifting weights. So like, you know, I wanted somebody to take pictures of me.
Yes.
And I didn't really like the photos that were being taken. And so like, I kind of just did it with my phone, right?
Yeah.
And that turned into me watching YouTube and like meeting this guy, Justin Escalona, like he does daily docs.
Yeah.
And like just being so like, dang, like I want to do that. And then like that ended up me like taking Ubers to LA with my brother, like taking pictures in abandoned buildings with my phone until I can afford a camera, you know?
Yeah.
So like that's kind of where it all started, I guess.
That sounds like a real hustler story. That sounds like pretty close to mine. That's basically how I started. Like,
love that.
From a conceited level, like I enjoyed taking pictures of me, but not too many people, like even I've noticed on a professional level, most people don't really take the time to, you know, take into consideration how the client feels about the photos. Like most of them are more so worried about the colors or the lighting and stuff like that. But it's really just as simple as like making that jawline pop, a little slightly higher angle, whatever. But one thing I noticed that I think is really cool is you just specialize in photos.
Yes.
Why is that?
I think it's hard in today's day and age. Like I think everybody wants video, right?
Yeah.
And like I do video, and like to a select few clients that I kind of feel comfortable with.
But you're not like broadcasting it out there.
Definitely not. And I think it's just because like I have fallen in love with photography so much that it's just been like this is my thing. This is my baby. Like I love it so much. There's just like video doesn't do that for me. Whereas like when I go to edit a timeline, like I just don't get that same excitement. So I think that's where like photo for me, like I just am so in love with taking a photo. But it's like that's just
I can
cool.
agree with that as well, because the same thing that you described with not feeling that spark in photo is how I feel with actually photo. Like I get that spark from video.
Yeah.
But one thing that I also did recently is I'm just focusing on video. Like I'll do some photos for a select few clients, but it's not something I'm broadcasting out there.
Yeah.
Because one thing I've noticed is with the level I'm at and the budgets that I'm working with, they're going to pay you $300 whether you do photo and video or just video.
Yeah.
So I noticed I was just signing up for extra work for no reason.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Not too many people do. But it's, hold on, give me a second. And you can pause like this too. We can chop this shit up.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Damn, that first one was so good.
I like the second one better.
When you guys went right now,
A little bit better?
Oh yeah, I did. That was so good.
The way we transitioned into the job thing, which I need to bring up right now. I want to get to that. So what were we just talking about?
So we were talking about
transitioning from like just doing either photo or video.
Yeah.
So have you noticed the difference in just focusing on just video or just photo? Like, would you say the work you're able to pay attention to a lot more detail when it comes to just focusing on either photo or video?
Yes, in this sense, because like I do like almost have a routine or a system in my head that I translate to video as well. And so for me, like what I am is just like run and gun. Like honestly, if you saw me on a shoot, like I'm everywhere all at once at one time, and like it's cool because my friends will tell me like I just look up and you're there. And so I almost run my photo and video the same, whereas like I'll set up my shot, but it's exactly what I'd be taking as a picture. So for me, the process isn't different, but for photo, I definitely like I have a more confidence, more swag, because I know like this is how I shouldn't, but I do it anyways. And like, it's just cause like, I just feel like I am so upfront with who I am.
Yeah.
Like with my clients, like, dude, like anything you need photo, I can guarantee you, I can do it. Like, but that's how confident I am with my photo. I love it.
And that's how you should be.
And with video, I tell them like, I have an Osmo Pocket 3. I could film me something sick. Like I'm a great storyteller, but I specialize in photo. And like, that's my spiel, because I truly do love photo. Like that's just my home run. Like I
can tell just the enthusiasm in your voice, like how you get with photo.
Yeah.
It shows in your work.
Thank you.
So one thing I wanted to talk about, we were talking about off camera. So you did a big move recently. What was that?
Yeah. So I quit my 9 to 5.
Damn. How does that feel?
Yeah, it's honestly, it's a big relief. I think it's almost just like a breath of fresh air.
How did you come about to quitting your 9 to 5? Like, what gave you the confidence to make this your full-time gig?
I have my friend Danny here with me. And maybe like, I want to say like the past 3 months, I'd call him every time. Like I'd get frustrated at my job. Like, hey, like, I don't, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. I mean, we kind of had made up a game plan of like, well, how can you quit your job? Like what are the things you need in order to quit?
Yeah.
And I kind of like faced those battles, got up, fell down, like was still at the job. And I worked for the Mark, and I was shooting a wedding for them. And we were sitting at a table, and Bob and Shingo, shout out Bob and Shingo, because like they've helped me so much. But they're like, why are you still working at your job?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I had work the next day.
It's the little safety net.
Yeah.
That's not really a safety net.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I was only making like, I mean, this is just what I was making, so I don't know if it's whatever.
Right.
But $200 or $300 a check, and I was like, dude, I can make that in like an hour.
Dude, oh my God.
Like more than an hour, you know?
And you know what? That realization, I think, is what separates, you being able to do this successfully long term and not, because I was in the same boat as you.
Yes.
And in fact, I actually had a job that I thought was ideal. It was a creative job. I got to do video every single day, but it wasn't in the way that I wanted. I was building somebody else's brand, and I think the biggest toll it took on me was, I've done this before. I've been full-time for a little bit, but my resort was 9 to 5. Because first of all, that's what society tells you that you need.
Yeah.
And then and as you hang around more 9 to 5 type people, you get into the sheep mentality. It sounds corny or whatever, but it's so true. Like all a 9 to 5 does is teach you how to say yes and, do your job, look down, don't make too much of a fuss or whatever. And that's just not me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying this entrepreneurial lifestyle is for everybody, but there was a calling in me that I'm not using my full potential, and just that alone was just making me miserable inside. I'm sure you can relate to that as well. Like, you feel like you weren't using your full potential, or what?
Yeah. But first of all, like, I'm proud of you. Like, that's big.
Thank you, G.
Like,
well, hold on. Let me go back to those numbers too. I appreciate you not bullshitting the numbers. Some people be like, I'll be making like 1,000 a week or whatever. Those are real fucking numbers. And if anything, I think I've had weeks where I've even made less than that.
Yeah.
And it's like, when you can pick up a camera, and these aren't ideal numbers, but like 250 for a shoot, I can make that in like 2 seconds or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think just the mental energy that a 9 to 5 takes away from you is not worth even an extra 1,000 a month that it would provide. It's taking like, for me, what I value waking up in the morning, getting a coffee, not having to worry about, I got to be up by 9. Is my manager going to say something? And being able to have an extra long conversation with my mom, because she's not going to be here forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I honestly just feel bad for people who can't get out of that mindset. And I'm not saying like I'm fucking yapping right now, but you get what I'm saying. Like, I wish more people understood like what it really takes to work on your own. I feel like people think that they need to have a minimum of income of like what they were making before, but you don't realize, like, I think Gary Vee said it best. If you're making 1,000 and this is just your side hustle, and then you also have to work your 9 to 5, you can almost bet you're going to make double, if not more, when you free up that, space when you leave your 9 to 5 and it's not a hobby anymore. You can dedicate your full time to it. I think people just don't know where to get started. Would you say that's the case?
100%. I think like that just sums up everything. Because I think when I put myself in that position, like I was just trying to figure out how to get gas to get to work.
Yeah.
And so I'm not even thinking about like, dang, what's my next shoot gonna look like? Like what details are her shoes gonna like match the outfit? Like, you know what I mean? So for me, it's almost like people don't know what's out there because they're just not put out there to it. Whereas you can say like people need to go out there and get it themselves.
Yeah.
But it's just like putting myself in their shoes, like the everyday struggle. Like honestly, that for me makes it even more blessed for me to be here doing this, because I know like how tough it was to get out of that, you know?
Yes, and I think I think my why wouldn't even be as big if I didn't go through those experiences. So if I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't tell myself to just go straight into freelance, because I'll always have that question mark, like, maybe I should get that comfortable 9 to 5 that everyone always talks about. I've lived it. It's not that comfortable. You're not as secure as you think. I think COVID taught us all that. You know, if anything, I was striving in COVID. You know, people wanted content. People wanted to be entertained. People were relying on their 9 to 5s that were secure, and then they lost it. So I think what'll help you stay at this more long term is having realistic numbers. Like if I can book one shoot, or like one shoot for 1,000 or 1,500, or maybe two, or like a little 250 here, 350 there, like I'm chilling, I'm happy, you know? And, you know, I've just recently started offering one-on-one lessons, you know, selling stock footage and stuff. I think people just need to expand their mind on how you can make money with this content. Like what are some of your struggles as far as getting new leads, getting paid, consistent warm leads, if you will?
So like this is like so I thought about this before I came in. And I was trying to like figure out like, where do my leads come from, right? Like on the back end, like where am I getting most of my clients from? Like what does that look like for my own system? Like, cause usually you know how it is, like you just keep going. But like for me, I've almost built my system based on word of mouth. And it's kind of like the mindset I'm in here. And it's definitely not good. And like, I do need to change my habits, because I don't think long-term success like is not going to come from this. But it's just been like me working with somebody sees my work, then it just kind of like trickles down. And like my whole career's been like that. So like such a blessing. On the hindsight, I think I do need to promote myself more. I do need to put myself out there more, because not every day somebody's going to come knocking at your door. And so for me, it's like the stresses I have are more so like, okay, like what am I going to do with my free time when I'm not booked? You know, like what habits am I going to instill in myself, like in order to like get this stuff done? So like for me, I'm never really too nervous about leads. And especially like now that I started signing like retainer clients, so I do have money on the back end, whereas I don't really have to struggle on money so much. So like now I'm really just diving into systems, because like I feel like that's where the business grows, you know?
I think you're hitting the hammer on the nail, or however you say that, like the systems. Like I heard this on TikTok the other day. I forgot what word he used what word he used, but there was an exact word for it. Without systems, it's inevitable. It's gonna, you know, get fucked up or whatever. You know, it's like if you don't have a routine to, you know, clean up your room by this time or whatever, like one shoe here, one shirt there, one shirt, and then you just have a big old mess. And it's the same thing with your workflow. You know, like it's funny you were talking about, you know, only having word of mouth. I just recently started paying attention to, you know, not like, you know, running ads for myself. And I've noticed a tremendous difference, especially, hold on, give me a second. That's not the thought I wanted. So you were just talking about how
9 to 5, where leads come from. So like I got all my leads from like.
No, it's funny you're talking about this, because I would say I'm still going through a similar thing. You know, I'm just now experimenting with ads, and I'm actually just working on with my website guy, Google PMX campaigns or something like that. I've never even heard of it.
I haven't either.
Yeah, but basically it's kind of like you ever see those ads when you're watching a video, or like even on like a trucking website or something, or on YouTube, like, but I guess what it does is AI uses its power to target people who would actually be interested in your stuff. So even if they're watching a Finding Nemo video, if they've mentioned photographer, videographer, like it's going to pop up on their thing or whatever. They don't actually have to search for it. But that's just one aspect of marketing that I've really been tuning into, because one thing that I've noticed, like I said, I've done this full time in my beginning for a year or two, and then I stopped. I had to go back to a 9 to 5, and I'm just now back going on my full-time grind. And one thing that I've noticed, like when I have those dry spells, it's because I was only using word of mouth, and there's always going to be those dry spells. Like, I applaud you that it's going well right now, and I'm not plotting on the downfall. I'm just being real with you. Like, there will be a dry spell, especially if you're not prioritizing the marketing. Like, I think a lot of even creatives ourselves, they think that our work is just enough. And Instagram was how it was in 2012, but they're not doing charity work no more. Like, if you're not willing to put in $1, you're going to probably stay at the following you're at. Or if you want to do organic, it's going to have to be the most absurd work ever. You know what I mean? Like 2 to 3 times a day, like consistent niche and, you know, perfect hashtags and shit.
Yeah.
And we already have enough on our plate.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I went from 2,800 to 4,800, or I'm not at 40, I think like over 4,000, just barely. But that was because I put money into the ads.
Okay.
And I finally put those two together. I was like, oh shit, you actually have to put money into this now, you know?
Yeah.
Like, have you ever boosted an ad on Instagram?
I have. I've boosted it.
How did it work for you?
Good. I actually like pleased with it. But as far as like leads, 0. So like not too good.
And you know what? I think that was my main point. That's what I was trying to get to. Whether, you know, a photographer, videographer, or just any kind of service-based business, we still have to do the same, you know, things that big businesses have to do, like Nike and Adidas. They invest hundreds of thousands into marketing. So why do we as creatives think that we don't have to put $1 into it or any kind of effort?
Yeah.
And I think that has been my most stressful struggle lately, is really just figuring out the marketing, you know, because like word of mouth, it'll get you by. But once you lose that momentum, it's really hard to get it like out the mud, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the only way I've found to do that is, you know, running campaigns, putting money into ads and stuff. And sometimes you won't get a return. Like, how much did you put into that ad?
Like $100.
$100? That's really good. How many followers did you get?
I want to say like 10. No, maybe 10.
That's okay, because like as you get better and better, those numbers will get but oh fuck, I don't have my phone, I'm using it to record. But I wanted to show you some ads that I ran recently. Like, I've had some dog shit ones, and I've had some really successful ones. And I noticed the ones that are really successful are when, do you use ChatGPT?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh my gosh,
it's lifesaver.
You have to, like, in this day and age, like, you cannot afford not to, you know?
Yeah.
It allows you to work like exponentially faster.
Yeah.
But when it comes to getting a warm lead, as soon as they hit your DMs, like, what's your go-to approach? Like, how are you talking to them?
So this is how I kind of like, say somebody hits me up like, hey Kyle, just like, we're wondering your rates, right?
Yeah.
I always just default like, just, I'm a human being, like you're a human being, like, what do you need?
Yeah.
Like, what do you need? Like, what can I help you with? Right. And like, it's not that black and white, but like along the lines of like, you know, how can I help you? And so like, you know, my client, will let me know what they need. And for me, I don't know, like it's for me, like I just finding that right fit with someone where it's like, yeah, I can create something great for you, because I do feel like this vision is worth something, you know? Like on my side, like sometimes when somebody will message me, it's like, let me see if I am the right fit for you, because not always am I gonna have the style for you. And not everybody knows that. Like, everybody just thinks like, I'm gonna just go hit up a photographer and he'll just take my pictures the way I like it.
It's just like finding a tattoo artist.
100%.
Don't go to a traditional artist expecting amazing portraitry.
And
it just doesn't work like that.
And I know that. And like I take responsibility, and now like educating my client, like, hey, like maybe I'm not the right fit for you, but like I do know somebody that'll fit for you. And I am not a stranger to like passing jobs on, because like, again, like it's a fountain of wealth. Like, dude, this just happens, you know?
Yeah.
Which like, yeah, this is such a blessing, but like putting my friends on, like getting them jobs too, like that's been the fun part.
And I've noticed like the more I've went out of my way to help people is when I find the most success for myself.
Yeah.
I wish I had that kind of mentality when I was younger. Before, I thought it was like, this is the little pocket, there's only a few spots and it's all competition. Like, there's an abundance of opportunities. And once you pay attention to marketing, like you really start to understand how much opportunity there is out there. But when you're first starting out, you only get a yes or two. You think like that's all there is out there. And no can feel like, you know, the death of your career.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's a really cool mindset to have, especially when it comes to not bullshitting and convincing them you're not who you say you are.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I feel like saying no just empowers you more. Like, it makes them want you even more, even if you're not ideal fit.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that all just comes from like going way back when, like I had a great opportunity when I first started, but was able to work with my best friend and like tour and do some cool stuff. And like, you know, really like I don't feel like I was prepared for that moment, right? Like I'd been shooting for a year, and like my stuff was pretty good, like I'd say, like it was all right, but definitely not where I needed to be. I had no systems. I was just having fun, and I got this opportunity, and like that was it, ran with it. And then like coming off of that and like not wanting to do photography ever again, right? Like during COVID, you had mentioned like COVID was a make or break for a lot of people. Definitely a break for me.
Really?
I wanted to sell my stuff. I didn't want to do it anymore. It just wasn't like just wasn't reading for me. And I don't know how I do know how I got out of it. I ended up running like 350 miles that period of time. And just, I felt alive again and just picked up my camera. I think I had broke a lens. I had the 35 Sigma R.
I heard. Well, tell me about that story. The one you broke your lens right after.
Oh, so this just happened recently, actually.
Really? Yeah.
So I quit my job on August 8th. My lens breaks on August 10th.
Yeah.
And I've never had a lens break like that ever. Like, this is the first problem I've ever really had.
That's insane.
So it's like, welcome to business.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And so, I mean,
How did you go about it? What did you do?
I freaked out at first. Like, I was at a shoot, actually. So I was using it. The 24-70, 2.8.
Sigma?
Sigma. Oh, no, it was a Canon.
Oh, okay.
But so it didn't work, and I called my client like, hey, like right now, like I'm just having trouble with my photo, but I still got like our video down, you know. So that was cool, and I went home and I looked at it, tried to fix it, did the whole Google search, YouTube, you know.
Cooked.
There wasn't even any videos on it. Where I was like, dude, like usually I'll find something.
Drop it or what?
It came up. So it just came up on the screen, error code 01. And it's like sensor's dirty, right?
Yeah.
And then I go in and I was like trying to clean it with the little cotton swab and all that, nothing. So I was like, all right, well, like what would the best decision be? Like, I have a shoot tomorrow, like what do I do? And so went to Sammy's camera in the morning and I was like, look, I don't know if my camera or my lens is broken. Can you help me out? And shout out Sammy's camera because they helped me out a lot. They didn't try to sell me. They actually cared.
Yeah.
So they tried the lens on a different body and it turned out to be the lens. And so I just ended up purchasing another lens.
Which one did you get?
24-70,
Same shit.
But I bought a VND filter with it. Yeah.
You know, there's been so many times like that where I want to give up, and I've noticed as long as I've been in this industry, most of the battles, it's all up here. It's literally you versus you.
Yeah.
Like literally just this morning I woke up, I'm like, the fuck am I even doing? Like, no one's going to watch this shit. Like, I'm over here rethinking my whole shit. And it's funny because I battle these thoughts every single day, every single night. And if I could confidently tell you why I'm still doing this, I couldn't. I really couldn't. Sometimes it's just like, that's what I got right now, you know? But I'm glad that, you know, I didn't, because there's been a few times where I wanted to try and be a tattoo artist, a barber and stuff. Yeah. But I realized I'm just going to run into the same battle, you know?
Yeah.
Like, there's competition everywhere, you know? It's saturated in the barber industry. It's saturated in the photography world. It's saturated everywhere, supposedly.
Yeah.
But I think the grass is really only greener where you water it.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad that this was my default, and this is kind of just really all I knew. And I was able to break through barriers that most people really don't get through. Yeah. So, and it sounds like you're getting hit with a lot of them all in your first month.
Yeah.
But all I can tell you is this: it gets better, bro. It really does get better, but it's not going to be perfect.
Yeah.
You know, it's your business is really only good as your marketing. You know.
Yeah. And just aside from everything, thanks for having me on today. Cause like, when you talk to someone who understands like your struggle, I don't hang out too much. I'm not like a big hanger outer. So yeah, like. Having somebody that understands.
So goddamn respectful of it, bro. And
appreciate
it's nice because I was like, the one thing I was looking forward to this about having this conversation with you is I know you could relate to some of my struggles, and lo and behold, you actually did. You know, like with your job situation, like a lot of the struggles you're going through, I've either already gone through them or I'm about to go through them.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. This week has been like a little bit. I don't even want to say it feels like such a setback, but really it's not, you know, but I'm just not getting the ideal leads I want. I'm not getting the people going for the numbers that I want. So I'm like, maybe, and I don't hang out either. I don't really get out. Like, this is my
hangout.
And it's quiet as shit. It's like being okay with yourself is cool to a certain level, but more often than not, too much isolation is almost very self-destructive.
Yeah.
And when I notice I'm by myself too much, I'm like, I question everything, and it's only been a fucking day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or it's like someone said no to a $500 deal, and I just booked like $3,000 the last month.
Yeah.
But that's why I was saying it's me versus me. But going back to my original fucking point is that's why I was looking forward to this conversation, is because like I'll be able to talk to another creative. He knows what the industry's like. Maybe he'll give me like a new perspective on how things are.
Yeah.
And just the fact to know that you're going through similar struggles, it doesn't make me happy because you're going through struggles. It's so nice knowing I'm not alone.
Yeah, 100%. And I think like a lot of me before like I started doing this was like selfish, right? Like I back in the old days on Instagram, I feel like my stuff was popping. Like I gotten like that high off of like people liking my stuff. Like that was like my driving force for a long time.
Guys, real quick, could you set a timer for 5 minutes real quick? Because I'll need to restart this.
Gotcha.
Uh,
And like, so like my values have always been the same, but like what I liked and what I wanted have like been a little different throughout the journey. And so like what I really value right now is like community. And I just like, I'm tired of doing it alone. Like I honestly, like I've done it alone. Like it's cool.
Dude, you don't make big projects happen by yourself. That's just not how it works. Like, there will be a cap on what you can do yourself. You know, Nike is not hiring me to manage their fucking social media team. Like, they're paying like $200,000 or maybe $1 million on one team, you know, and even though it may sound like, oh, that just sounds like a whole nother level of work, but it's actually easier. You know, if you just had to focus on photo, if you just had to maybe focus on color grading or selecting the right images, you know what I mean? I'd much rather have that situation than pass it on to the next dude, you know? But for 250 handling everything, like it gets pretty tedious.
Dude,
You know what I mean?
And like, just to like piggyback off what you were saying, and you had mentioned it earlier, but like why I feel like my photos are better when I focus on photography only is because I don't have all this other noise outside. Like I don't have to go run to the green room to grab a Gatorade for somebody. I don't have to go like set up lighting for my shot. I have somebody doing it. So like that photo is just that perfect, you know? And so like, I don't even know if that's the right topic, but like, I just know like, you just hit a bell for me.
What would you say? What do you mean?
It's like, I guess overall, like just honestly, I love photography. Honestly, like it's weird to like.
How do you feel? Okay, this is another good topic I want to talk about. Like AI, it's a little bit harder to compete with video when it comes to AI, but with photo, it's pretty fucking scary. How do you feel about that?
I honestly, again, like, and I think all my answers have been pretty chill, right? And with this one, I've actually been asked before, and just like I was eating lunch and like somebody had asked me like, hey, like, what do you feel about AI taking like all these jobs, you know? And I just like, I looked at it like just as a sky for a second. I was thinking like, man, like, honestly, I don't think I'm that afraid. And because of what photography is and understanding like what it is, like sure, to bigger brands, AI is going to kill it and maybe take a lot of jobs in the higher niche. But like day to day, like I'm giving an experience to somebody. Like I'm going to take a family out to a park and they're going to remember this forever, you know? So it's like, just having that experience you can't create from AI.
You hit the hammer on the nail. How do you say that shit? What is a hammer on the nail?
It's a hammer in the yeah. What is it?
You hit the hammer on the nail. Like you're on point.
Yeah. That's
you're
what
on
it is.
point about that. Like, I didn't realize like at first like coming from like you know, I'm just a videographer standpoint. It is very scary, but when you understand, like you said, you're providing an experience, and not only that, you're coming up with the ideas. I didn't even think about that. I was actually talking about ChatGPT on why I shouldn't be worried about ChatGPT. You know, and it was telling me like all that AI is going to replace is the lazy ones. I mean, I've talked about this before. A couple years ago, you were valuable if you can add captions to a video. Now you can do it with the press of a button on every single platform.
100%.
You know, so like, yeah, it is kind of scary. You know, having AI into the coming into our creative world, but people forget like we have access to the tools too. Like even if it completely replaces photo or video, like you're still a business owner at the end of the day. You can take that knowledge, go repurpose it into something else. And I think people just need to realize like things are just not going to stay the same forever. The way we used to post and make content back in the day, even 6 months ago, you know, it's completely different. But another thing I really wanted to talk about. Do you live on your own or do you live with your parents?
Right now, I just moved in with my parents.
No, and don't feel shame about that.
100%.
Guess where you're at. You think this is my home? You think this is my $1 billion home? Fuck no. But I wanted to go back to or talk about a little bit your parents and how they feel about you doing what you're doing.
I lived on my own for a little bit, for about like a year and a half, and I was driving to Nordstrom in Arcadia, and I drove a 350Z, and so like my gas bill a month was like $150. I was waking up at the time like 4:30 in the morning to get to work. So I was like, man, like I'm not having fun at all. Like I am not living life, you know?
Real quick before I get you, I wanted to ask like how your parents feel about it, but real quick while we're on the topic of systems, as soon as you wake up in the morning on your ideal work week, Monday through Friday, what's your system from the time you wake up, you know, what time it starts and what you're doing to the time you go to sleep?
I'm going to be straight up honest with you. I don't wake up at a certain time. I have no systems really like that I follow strictly.
I appreciate you being real because honestly, I have an ideal system in my head. Do I do it? Absolutely not.
Yes. No, 100%. I know like that's the best thing to do.
I think right now it's easy to not have a system because you have retainers and you have a few jobs.
Yeah.
You'll really feel the no system when you don't have any jobs, because you'll just be sitting there thinking about all the things you have to pay for.
Yeah.
It isn't that much. You know, you got to do phone bill, rent, or something like that. But it'll really start to weigh on you when you don't have those retainers.
Yeah.
And, you know, like one thing I've just noticed in this industry, not that I don't like to admit it, it's just that you have to be on it like so 100%.
Yeah.
And it takes so much out of you. That's what people don't realize. Like, how come you don't just, you know, charge $250 for everybody and just do 1,000,000 shoots? Like, I don't think you understand just the setup process, the mental energy it takes, especially doing this day in and day out. But that's not really the point. Basically, my point was you need to have systems in place so shit doesn't get fucked up in every aspect, from the time you wake up, from your marketing to what you're posting or whatever. And like I said, I don't mean to make it sound like I'm this perfect guy. I have all these systems in place. I have an ideal system. I want to wake up at 8, get my day started, you know, get a little workout in, get, you know, the mind flowing before everyone starts to wake up and stuff. Yeah. But anytime I'm not on my system, shit just gets fucked up so fast.
Dude,
you know? Like, and that's when you lose your retainers, and then when you don't have those retainers, like to give you that confidence, then you have no confidence, you don't have any momentum. Yeah. It just all piles up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what would be your ideal system?
So I feel you 100%, because like so my first month in, so I feel like I'm finally invited to the party. Yeah. Like, welcome, like this is all the stuff that like you don't think about. Yeah. But welcome. Yeah. And it's actually, you know, I'm glad we're talking about it. And I know that I said I don't do anything, but it's not that I don't think about it. And I think shout out to Danny, who I have here with me today. He's one of my best friends. But he has it down. He has his systems. He eats food, like cooks his meals, like this times a day, goes to work out at this time. Like, and so for me, he's always harping on me like, hey, you need to do this. Like, you know, so like.
This will be a good relatable thing.
Yeah.
You can agree with this too. It's like with the fitness, like, you don't realize how quickly calories can get out of hand until you start tracking your calories. You know what I mean? Like, people don't even think that calories are in olive oil. Like, and then they're over here just like dousing it, and it's like 1,000 just to heat up your steak. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's that same kind of concept. Like, if you want to hit those IFBB pro type results, like getting super lean, 10% body fat, you need systems in place. You don't just wake up and, what will I have today? A muffin, and I'm going to have this or whatever. Yeah. You get fat real quick, or you just stay not progressing. And it's the same thing in this industry. Like, you don't need to have the perfect system. You just need to have something. You know? A little something for marketing and a little something for posting. Yeah. And just that difference right there, I feel like has helped me tremendously. So if I can give you any kind of advice, definitely just start working on the system. It doesn't have to be implemented tomorrow. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Expect to almost have a failing system in the beginning. Yeah. But you just having a system already sets you apart from, I'd say, 70 to 80% of creators. Yeah.
You know? Thank you. I appreciate that.
Of course, brother. But going back to our original topic, parents. How do they feel about what you do?
Okay, so like, it's funny too, like how kind of everything is just like in the vicinity of time. Because me and my mom just had this conversation. She was on the phone with my sister, and she's like, "Well, you're doing it. You know, like you're not broke yet, so like you're doing something." Yeah. And my sister was laughing, and like I was.
But don't forget that, bro, because like I'll book like $1,000, and it may not be everything to cover my bills, but don't forget like what's on the other side. It's Jack in the Box. It's Nordstrom Rack.
Dude, yeah.
You're only making like an extra $200-$300 that you're just gonna spend at the bar because you're so depressed at work. Yeah. You know? So, but go ahead. My bad. I cut you off.
All good. And so like my sister was talking to my mom, and then like me saying like, man, like you guys never like got hyped up, you know, like it just wasn't ever like that thing, like, oh, you're doing this, like you're playing football, like, because I used to like play sports and stuff. It just wasn't the same.
Like they weren't excited for you.
Yeah, and I didn't understand that then, but now obviously I do. And my mom was like, well, it's just you were always doing that weird thing. And like I never understood why you didn't charge people, and like why you just weren't like doing it like the way we thought, you know?
Yeah.
And so like that was the beginning. And to see just in the past month or two, I think things have really just like shown themselves. And especially for my family, they're old school, so like income is like
if you're not putting in hours, you must not be making money.
Yeah.
That's how mine are the same way as well.
Yeah. So you know, like being able to like help a little more with rent, like being able to like buy some food, like
you don't just shit rent.
Buying little gifts here and there for like my sister, just because I can, like because it feels good. That's my family, you know. like just them really understanding like what is going on here. And like also every time and it's cool, this is cool because it just kind of happened. I'd come down running downstairs after I finished a set with my iPad, and I'm sitting on my couch with my mom and my dad, and they're like going through the photos with me, and like they're all excited, right? Like, dang, like these are the best ones yet. Like the last proposal set I did, my mom loved them. And just sitting there really grateful for that because you know, like,
no, I get what you're saying. Yes, mine weren't always as hyped for me as well. You know, if anything, they were, I wouldn't say like, I could for sure tell the difference between them having hopes for me to get into the NFL or whatever versus, you know, a supposedly more realistic dream versus me pursuing videography and photography.
Yeah.
Me and you both know that videography and photography is way more realistic than a fucking NFL team.
Yeah.
But to them, it's like they've never heard of that. It's if there's not like a direct path that just doesn't click, especially if they have a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
I think my mom was able to relate to me a little bit more because she works full time for herself, having her own travel agency. And one thing we talk about is, you know, family and friends are the last to support you for multiple reasons.
Yeah.
I think one and two being the most important. A lot of people don't like to be reminded of their stagnation, you know, or them not chasing their dreams, you know. So if they see you and you just picked up a camera 1 year and then 5 years later, like it makes them uncomfortable, like how much time has passed by and how much you were able to get done versus them. And I'm not saying that's not all the cases, but
yeah,
that's one thing that I've noticed, and they usually fall in that category. And the other thing is they just don't know, you know?
Yeah.
Like most creatives don't even know how to ask for $1, let alone someone who's not even in the industry or how money is transferred between content and stuff.
Yeah.
But like you said, once you're able to help out with rent, buy a few gifts, and they know you're not working on 9 to 5, they stop questioning those, you know, those days you sleep in a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Like, oh, how come he's not applying for jobs or whatever?
Yeah. But one of the biggest things is like recently is like, well, are you available this day?
Yeah.
So like my niece will have her cheer routine on Saturday, and it's like, well, okay, like are you going to be available? And really trying to balance my life in that aspect too, right? Like we're still human, and I think that's like yes, like I'm a photographer, but like I'm also human first. So it's like really trying to balance like how much time am I spending with my niece and really trying to be there for her in like her earlier years, like. I'm her Nino, like I need to play that role, you know?
Right.
And you know, like just go as hard for my family just as much as my business, because that's honestly like that's what's keeping me here right now. Like,
dude, most of those jobs that you're missing out on, it's not life-changing money.
Like,
Back in the day, I'm like, holy shit, this guy's giving me $300. Like, I'm gonna buy a business. I'm gonna fucking be like, bro, you got half of your rent covered. Like,
bro,
relax.
I was so. This is how gullible I was in the beginning. I'm. Kid you not, my friend True Graphics, he is a friend of mine. We were sitting in the car driving somewhere, and I had gotten hit up to take pictures, and he's like, bro, you got to charge something, at least something. He's like, dude, like I want to, like, dude, let's do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, what, like $50? Like, but kid you not, my thought process on like saying $50 is like, but I don't know if like people have $50 to spend. Like, like I don't have it.
Yeah.
So like people must not have it. So like being so like unaware of like people's like just what's out there, you know? And then like come to like 2019, like, and that was a long time, I guess a good span, but like coming around that time where like somebody hit me up for the gym for the first time, and like, dang, I was with my friend, Alexander, and we were on LA Street Bridge, and this guy sent me a DM, and he's like, hey, I love what you do. You just did some cool stuff for this girl that is at my gym. I want that. And I was like, dude, what should I charge him? And I was like, dude, like I got to charge him more than $50. I was like, this is pretty good. And so I ended up charging like $150, and like just being ecstatic. Like he sent me, I don't even think he sent me a payment. Like I got Zelled, like, and like there was no contract or anything, but like he sent me money, and I was like, wow, like that's cool. And then like, you know, like, okay, like running the 150 price for like as long as I could. And then finally understanding like, all right, well, when I'm getting home, like I'm only left with $50 because gas to the shoot. Like I still have to edit. So like I literally made $50 off the shoot. Like I feel, to like get to now is like what I charge now is like I'm not afraid to say it.
Give me an idea. Like I come to you, I want a gym shoe.
So
basic. I want, you know, a little bit of lighting.
Yeah.
How does it work?
Again, superhuman, right? Like I super like, and this is, I don't care if I'm not a good businessman for it. This is just how I want to run my business. Is like, my homies will always get my OG discount price. Cause like, those are my boys. Like those are the people who believed in me. And like usually I'll charge around $350. And I think that's more than doable for me. It makes me feel good, and it's also affordable for my friends. And I don't ever want to veer off of that because, again, like this is where I have fun. I love shooting my friends. Like I love having fun. I'm still a business, so like now I do have to charge my friends.
Yeah.
And then if it's like an open, like where somebody wants to shoot from me, I'm charging like $5 to $5.50. And that goes for like an hour or two.
Rates. Those are amazing.
Hey, dude, honestly, like if I'm being honest, I just started charging $5.50 like as a solid number because I was like fluctuating on like, oh, should I charge the $5.50? It's a little high.
No, sometimes it's good. Like I just made my website, and it's nice to have those I go in and out style. You got three options. You know, back in the day, I was trying to serve everybody and make custom quotes or whatever. Like if you don't line in with what I offer, like bye, I'm on to the next. Yeah. Because I thought that there's only a limited amount of opportunity out there, but all you need is 4 shoots and you're at $2,000. Or a little bit over that. But yeah, having it as simple as possible and knowing exactly who you serve, I think that already puts you really far ahead than most people, because most people are just trying to figure out everything like, oh, I can make a custom quote for this one and that one. Yeah. What do you think about this? This is how I actually do my photos. So I'll charge a base of like $300, $350, but that's not including edits, and you have to get edits. Okay. Some people, they take offense to that or whatever, but I don't give a shit. That's how I run my business. Yeah. I like that because, for $550, someone might only want 20 photos, but then you have a whole event and someone just wants every single photo. So how do you charge the difference between 20 photos and 500 photos? Yeah. The way I like to do it is, $300 for the production, $350, and then $5 per edited image. And it sounds so sweet, and then it's it until they pick like 50 photos. Yeah. And then it's like,
that's crazy.
500.
Yeah.
And by doing that, I've been able to make hundreds of thousands of more dollars. Like, not all in one shoot, but like just over a span. Like, anytime I do that system, like it's never $300. It always brings it up like $600-$700. Yeah. Have you done something like that?
So check this out. And I think this is an important one for like everybody watching too, because like this is a real life, like me reacting to what you were saying. Yes. Because I know that's out there. Like people offer like for extra edits, like for extra downloads. For me, I charge, the way I kind of run it is like I'll shoot for like an hour or two, depending on like what the event calls for. Yeah. And whatever I shoot in that time is unlimited. Like whatever I feel like is good to me, like is going to make it in that folder.
So you do the pre-selecting, like you just every single shot.
So it's not solidified, and I haven't offered it to my clients yet because I'm still like in the process of like seeing if that's a good option. Yeah. But like I'll send like a raw JPEG link full of like all the photos from the shoot to like clients that pay a little higher. And they'll select the ones that they want.
What do you use?
Right now for
just a preview.
The preview. So Pixie Set.
Same.
Oh, dude. It changed my career. It changed. No, I'm not even like Pixie Set. This is not sponsored, nothing. Yeah. But like I came from Dropbox. Dropbox, you put the things in a thing and send it over to your clients.
That's for the edited content.
So beautiful. Like, dude, there's no experience. Like
100.
So I remember, I don't know this guy's name. The freelance photog on Instagram. Because he does like podcasts as well, and like he'll like answer questions. And so like I just asked him, I was like, hey, like honestly, I'm tired of using Dropbox. Like, what's out there? Like, what's good? And he responded to it like on a story. He's like, well, everybody's using Pixie Set. So like I ended up doing my research and I looked into it, and like not even the next day I signed up for Pixie Set and like integrated it into my system.
Yeah, bro, just the layout, the nice clean layout, they already look edited. I've had some like where I was like, hey, just pick what you want me to edit. And they're like, no, we're cool with how it is right now. And I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. All right, cool. Yeah. But going back to what we were talking about, do you think that's something you would ever implement, or do you think you have a different system that works for you?
So this, okay, that's where we were at. And like, this is my live reaction, right? That makes me so uncomfortable, and I don't know why. Like, I don't know what about a different system than my own like makes me feel like I can't do it.
So when you say it makes you uncomfortable, just the way you go about asking for the photos and the money, or is it you're just unfamiliar with the system and you wouldn't feel confident doing it like that?
So I don't know why. So I don't have a reason for me setting up my system the way it is. I charge somebody a certain amount, and like that'll be that. Yeah. And so like that feels very like I can do that. I can get home. It's like my routine almost. And so like to get into a new routine is almost the nervous part. Yeah. Of like, okay, like having to then go and offer people more money to you know?
So I'm so glad you're talking about this. Can I interject?
Yeah, of course.
So there's this guy named Alex Hermosi, right?
Yeah,
Him?
yeah,
The strap dude?
Yeah.
And then you know his wife, right?
Yes.
Is it Lisa Hermosi?
yes,
Yeah. I was just watching one of her videos and she was talking about like most businesses, once they have a system and it kind of works, like they just leave it like that. They think they don't have to optimize or try new things.
Yeah.
So I just want to let you know, I relate as far as, you know, trying new system and seeing it works. It's like, I put in all this effort for this one and I'm almost convincing myself like, nah, this is the system.
This is
I don't
it.
want to put in the work for the other one.
Yeah.
But you need to, because what feels right doesn't always get the bills paid, you know?
Dude,
You get what I'm saying.
yeah.
Fucking but yeah, and going back to whether this system's right, this one's not, I'm sure as you notice and you make more quotes more consistently, there is no one size fits all.
Yeah.
But the way I go about it has pissed a few people off, and the way you go about it, I've also done it, it's also pissed a few people off. Well, it's like, well, how come I can't do this or that or whatever? I've developed systems that I like and that are familiar with me.
Yeah.
So I would encourage you to just try all of them, see what you like and what you may try it and you may make more money, but it still makes you uncomfortable. Like you can tell it rubs the client the wrong way or something like that.
Yeah.
Like there is no one set way to go about it. Like, you know, one day I might be willing to do this 20 to 30 second shoot for a fucking burrito, you know, for the boy, you know, I don't have much going on.
Yeah.
Then the next day I'll do it for 1,500, you
Yeah.
know, and people just don't get that. And it's like, well, then you're just making up prices. And but okay, you do this shit full time and you come up with the perfect system. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
people don't be thinking, bro.
Yeah.
Does it make sense what I'm saying?
It does, yeah. And it's like honestly, that's why I charge what I charge, because not everybody's gonna get it.
Yeah.
And I take on full responsibility of my role. And I think like everybody just wants a pretty picture.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, take my picture, make me look good, and get it to me in a good time.
Yeah.
And so for me, like, cool, well, I'm gonna charge you what I charge because it took me so long to get there.
Yeah.
But also like understanding, like even coming here to like this set today, like I didn't have to do anything. And for me, like that's so freeing, because usually I'm going crazy back end, even thinking about things that are probably not even gonna happen. So that's that. And I just take full responsibility, like as a leader, and like just trying to be professional as I can, and like boom.
No, fuck me, battery exhausted. We had like 10 more minutes. No real one ideal system that's going to work for every single situation.
Right.
Like even when it comes down to strategies for your video shoots, you know, you have an idea of how your recaps are going to go.
Yeah.
That may not always be the case for the next recap.
Yeah.
But going back to what I think we were talking about Alex Hermosi and his wife, one video I was watching was she was talking about optimizing systems. They think once they find one system, they think like that's it right there. You know, actually no, we already talked about that. Fuck that. Have you ever seen the TV show, the YouTube channel Hot Ones?
Hot Ones, yeah, with the wings.
Dude, one of my favorite series that they have, they say explain that gram.
Okay.
So I take the liberty of printing out some of your shots.
This is
some
cool.
of my favorite shots that you've done.
Sweet.
So we'll start with this right here.
Okay.
So where was this at? What's going on?
So this is One Gen Gym. This is in Claremont.
Show the people.
So this is something that I created here.
I love that.
This is the Lift Club. If you don't know what Lift Club is, now you do. Lift Club is an event-based brand. Right here with the owner, Danny, my best friend. And
Come
so
what's up, bro? Show your face on camera.
yeah, this guy right here, he literally like helps me run my business. Like
Yes.
my best friend, he's been there for me. And shout out Danny. But so this is Aaron. This is our athlete. So this is our Lift Club athlete.
So how did you go about editing that photo? I can tell you got some layers to that thing.
Yeah.
Did you use path blur?
So this photo was all in focus at first. I did the editing in Lightroom, and then I switched it over to Photoshop, and I did a little bit of motion blur. So I did motion blur, and I just used an eraser to mask out like what I really
Tell
did.
you use some of that, Matt, because I just not figured out the masking thing for it.
Yeah.
And I was like, how was he able to get it so sharp and so great at the same time?
Thank you.
Doing the mask.
That was what I was trying to get across. And then I also did that effect on the Lift Club part, because it just gives it that cool blurry motion.
Hell yeah. What about
Oh,
this one?
yes.
Did you use
Dude,
AI on that shit?
I didn't. This is
No?
the actual shot.
You're fucking with
No, this is the actual shot.
See, and that's so show the people.
So this is Ava.
LAI.
Yeah, no AI. But this was shot at the beach, and I just did a shoot with Johnny. Shout out Johnny, the best active shooter that I follow and am friends with right now. But yeah, so this is she just jumped up in the air, and like, well, I had told her to jump, We just did a small set by the water, and then I just crouched down just a little bit to like.
I was like, it has to be at a perfect fucking angle, especially there being no floor.
Yeah. So like that was cool. Like it's my first pin photo. Like I love this photo.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
All right, next one, the stud himself. Where's this at?
Okay, this is Azusa Canyon.
Yeah.
And it was raining, and I didn't have anything to do. I was still working at my job, and I had the day off, and I had that itch. I wanted to go create something.
I love that. It's not always there, but when it's there.
And especially when this is a fact about me. Like when it's gloomy, something about my creative just turns on. Like I'll watch Harry Potter. Like I'll put the orange lights on in my room. Like that's so me. And so like I went outside because like this was the best time for it. And just took some photos. I did like a little video. So like that was that photo for me.
Hell yeah. I printed out a bunch of them because I didn't know which ones I want to talk about. And I'm like, which ones would be they're all the fucking best right here. I'm like, all right, well then we'll start with these next two.
Thank you.
What I love about these is it reminds me of my tattoos. They don't mean shit, but they make me feel great.
Gotcha.
What was the inspiration behind these?
Okay. So these photos here, this was in Dunsmuir, California. And so Dunsmuir, I don't remember. I think we drove like 12 hours. So I was with a friend. And we went on this trip, and it was for my birthday actually, so my birthday weekend. It's kind of like what I like to do to spend my time, you know? So I woke up in the morning, and the night before we got there, it was no snow. Like there was no snow. Woke up.
Lucky.
Yeah, and we rented an, what is it called? Like the
Airbnb.
Airstream?
Yep.
We were in Airstream, yeah.
Okay.
And like that was cool, like just a part of the experience, right? And like opening the doors and walking outside, like this is that fresh snow in the morning. No one was outside, fresh, clean.
Dude, I need to start traveling for my stuff more because like there's plenty of places I want to go to, and if it's over 30 minutes, I'm like, I already drive hours for work all the time, but
yeah.
I need to stop being lazy because this is how you get those amazing shots. Like this is not happening around here.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go over two more sets.
Okay.
I really like these ones. These are some Vans photos. I think
Gotcha.
This is one of your earlier ones.
Yeah.
I just love how the yellow pops. And
Thank you.
And then this one, I'm assuming no AI because it was so...
So this one is no AI, but this is Photoshop.
Okay.
So this one's Photoshop, and so what I did here, so the box I threw it separate with because I really wanted to get the like that texture from the paper.
Yes.
To float, and I couldn't do that while I was throwing the shoes with the box. So I specifically cut that out in Lightroom. I cut my hand out from a shot because I liked the way my hand was.
Yeah.
And then I shot each shoe different, so I Photoshopped both out and then like played around with them.
Fuck yeah. So everything, it rolls off so perfectly. My shit would have had like fucking a chunk from the image and shit.
Thank you. This was a fun one.
How long ago was it? This was one of your earlier days, huh?
I'm going to be honest with you. These happened on the same day. I bought this pair of Vans to shoot this.
Okay.
This was on a parking structure, and this was right outside in a bush that was just right next to it.
So speaking of branded content, how do you feel about branded content versus what you do right now? Do you dabble in product work at all? Or
Yeah, so I do product work. I really haven't worked with too many major brands. Shout out Stizzy though. Stizzy
really?
Treated me so nice. Like best photo shoot experience I've ever been on. And like my photos are up in every Stizzy across California. So like,
dude, that's so cool.
so like
That's
my like that makes me feel good because like okay like that happened, you know. And
like
like
your mark.
I don't give too many like yo that's me, but like that's me. That's me.
Yeah, that's valid. All right, last two. These are the ones really inspired me. I like this.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
How'd you go about getting this one?
So
Did you perfectly time that? Or
no way, Photoshop.
I was like,
Photoshop.
dude,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
too perfect.
But this was taken around the time where like Instagram was still cool.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
Like it was a photo sharing app as well.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And I remember I went to UCLA to look for this shot because this is like one of those shots that every photographer takes.
Yeah, I've seen that before, but you
Yeah.
did it in your own style.
Yeah. So
Timeless shot, if you will.
thank you. And so I was there with my friend looking for this spot and I couldn't find it. And I hit up my friend. I was like, hey, Marshall, like, yo, where's the spot at? I know you've been there.
Yeah.
And then so he's like, oh yeah, it's right here. Like just walk to this parking structure. And I was like, all right. So I ended up finding it, taking the shot. And then that was pretty much that shot. But taking that shot, being there, taking it and like just saying, I got it, you know? Cause like that, I feel like that was like before, like everybody would like copy like spots and like try to outdo the spot to make it look better.
Well, this is also one thing I wanted to ask you too.
Yes, yeah.
I really like all the use of your shadows and your highlights.
Yeah.
Have you always paid attention to lighting like from day one, or was like a gradual thing, like you had to learn to appreciate it?
It almost fell in like a story. Like that was never really planned. Like I never really focused. What my focus was on color.
Wow.
And like that's something that I always thought about. But shadows started coming in, I think around this time, even before, but subconsciously. But I started messing with shadows around this time because of how drastic like it told my story.
Yeah.
And like I actually started caring about telling story.
And because someone told me one time, they were like, you know, I don't think they were being a dick or whatever, but they were like, yeah, I like your images, but they're very flat. And I didn't get what that meant until I started seeing like real cinematic works. Like right now, I'm sure you can also see on my face, like we have like a little shadow.
Yeah.
Just that, adding that little lighting tweak adds so much dimension to the shot.
Yeah.
Like most people would probably just have you facing the window, just super bright or whatever. And it's okay. It's a look, you know, but it's not my look. It's not a moody, dramatic, you know, very, it's not a very deep image, you know, there's not really layers to it.
Yeah.
And that's what, like, even this one right here, like there's like without, like if everything was perfectly exposed, like it would not be the image that it is, you know?
Yeah. Thank you.
That's really cool.
And like around this time too, like just to know, like I wasn't using any fancy gear. I wasn't like, I had no VND filter. I had no filter at all. Like I was using my camera I bought from OfferUp with the lens that I also bought from OfferUp. So like, this is all doable. Like you just have to like want to put the effort in to get this. But like, again, like super, like
You can do
basic
crazy shit with
tools.
iPhones. You don't need a professional camera.
Exactly.
But that's pretty much going to wrap it up for today. Before we go, do you have a message for any upcoming photographers or videographers that are like, I want to start this, or maybe I started it and it's just not going the way I want? Like, what can you do? What advice can you give them? Professional.
Okay, so like
Who does this full time?
this is what I would say, right? Like I've been doing this for a while, so I kind of have an understanding, but it's not perfect. Like what I'm saying is just like my opinion and what I've gone through. This is not something you have to listen to, but like it's just what's worked for me. Really what it is like being excited about something, because like I can tell you everything right now, and you know, you'll watch this video and like you'll turn to the next thing. If I could just say one thing, like do what you're happy with doing. Shoot what you want to shoot. Be a good person. Like that alone goes such a long way. I think like my skill wasn't always there, but like me putting in my best effort every day and like showing up as like a great friend and a great partner to work with, I think that really solidified like my start. It wasn't my gear. I was using my iPhone. Like I am literally the epitome of that story. And so just do your best, and like your friends aren't going to understand. Your parents aren't going to understand. Like everybody has an opinion, but like just stick to your heart, do what you feel is right. It's going to suck. I've been broke. Like this sucks a lot of the time, but I wouldn't do anything any different. Just be happy with what you do, put out the thing that you love to do, and just keep working hard, because like what I'm doing is doable. And like I just started. So, you know, I'm just happy to be here. Thanks for listening to what I had to say. I'm nobody compared to like what this world is, and you can be whoever you want to be. Like go do it. That's what I got.
Love that. Dude, thank you so much.
Love you, brother.
Love you too, man.
Thank you.
Oh, dude, that was good. That was a really good one.
Oh man, that's